High school football is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's game is between your 4-0 Strath Haven Panthers and the 3-1 Haverford Fords.
They give to the near side. Ali with a head of steam, cuts it back, and one man to beat. Oh, nearly does, but out across the 50. It is Rogers, steps up, fires to the far sideline. It is intercepted by Grayson LaFrance.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Tobbs, Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Second Family Home Care and Support for your very special loved ones. Rose Tree Wellness Center. Complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in media. We get to the root of the problem. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Jessica Mudrick, a Caldwell Banker Realtor, where your home story begins. Scar Pagnato Plumbing, over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter, go Haven! Ask, alumni and friends supporting kids, helping students K-12 to enhance their educational experience. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Fisher's finest flag football for boys and girls. America's fastest growing youth sport. The Wharton Benefits Group, specializing in creating employee benefit packages to attract, retain, and award the best employees. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
Welcome to A.G. Cornog Field here in Havertown, where tonight, two of last year's Central League two of the three Central League co-champions finally get to go head-to-head after a one-year layoff when we look back and say, ooh, the 2024 version would have been one heck of a football game. We expect nothing less tonight, though, as the undefeated Panthers walk in for their second straight road game to take on the 3-1 Haverford Fords, who, after 2 weeks ago, had a couple of turnovers that put them on the wrong end of the scoreboard against a tough Pencrest team, rebounded with a 61-0 victory just 1 week ago. So, with that in mind, the Panthers and Fords just minutes away here from a suddenly even warmer Friday night than we've seen over the last month, and ready to get things going here at the midpoint of the regular season here in the Central League. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play tonight, and we were having a few technical issues getting things set up and started, but hopefully ready to go here with a good signal the rest of the way here. And thank you to everybody here at Haverford for giving us a nice spot in the booth. And looking forward to a terrific football game tonight as the 4-0 Panthers in their road whites for the second week in a row, trying to knock off a Fords team that comes in big, fast, confident, and ready to defend their home turf as they did a week ago against William Tennant. So, joined as always by Pete Fulgenetti. And Pete, it's really been fun watching the Panthers pile up yardage, pile up some points on the scoreboard. Tonight, I think that's a bit of a tougher task.
Yeah, this won't be a walker for sure. This will be a tough task. In the first 4 games, Brian, the Panthers have outscored their opponents 156-12. So don't expect anything like those kind of numbers tonight. This will be a war, and the Panther defense has to stop number 23, Taylor. He's the player of the year, and I'm sure all week long, Coach Clancy's been definitely talking to his defenses. We've got to stop this man. We have any chance to win this game.
Haverford's head coach Luke Doherty, but another familiar name on the sideline, another Clancy, as Brian Clancy is the offensive coordinator. Head coach Kevin Clancy on the Strath Haven side. All of his 9 kids went to Haverford here, and now one helping out on the coaching staff. And an offense that piled up all sorts of rushing yardage last year, doing more of the same for the most part, running a wing tee offense. So we joke about it, but it's true. I'd be shocked if the ball went in the air maybe more than 5 times total tonight between the two teams, unless something strange and unusual happens. But hey, why bother throwing it if you're like the Panthers, piling up 364 yards per game on the ground with a quintet of backs? And on the Haverford side, you bring back Liam Taylor, last year, as Pete mentioned, the Delco Player of the Year with over 3,000 yards rushing and 35 rushing touchdowns. Just a phenomenal junior season, and he's followed it up with 100 yards or more in each of the first 4 weeks for the Fords. Taylor is joined by fellow senior, number 5, Shane Durkin, who's out of action tonight. You can see out at midfield he's on crutches tonight, and wish him well. Hopefully he's back soon for the Fords. Two-way lineman number 65 is Emmett Gillespie, and number 3 is your quarterback and defensive back Adam Kilpatrick. For the Panthers, also one of the captains out of action tonight, Luke Mulhern. Your starting quarterback and linebacker is not in uniform. He's joined there by Quinn Kell, Nick Faribaugh, and number 64, Jackson Miller, another two-way lineman. Panthers missing some other players tonight. Out of action, your leading rusher, Landon Barlow, who also doubles as a defensive end. Two-way lineman, Zach Milligan, not in uniform. John Riley will be limited, and some others a little banged up. But, you know, defensively, Pete, you don't want to run into a team like Haverford that will use take every inch of ground they can, milk the clock, and use all 4 downs just running. And now the Panthers are looking at, you know, almost half your front 7 on defense out of action tonight. Yeah,
this will be a real challenge tonight, Brian. You know, both teams are going to run the ball. You probably won't see 5 or 6 passes like you said. They're both going to run the ball. The one thing that the Panthers do have, is, we talked about it all through the season, they have depth at the running back. Even though we're out a couple guys, we still have some excellent running backs. We have Ali, we have Hudson, we have Mudrick. I mean, we have enough running backs to keep the ball moving. But I think the main thing will be our defense. Can we stop the running of the Fords?
We're about to find out here as captains shake hands and Panthers moving left to right when we come back. So we'll be back to introduce the rest of our crew for the tail end of the national anthem and the opening kickoff. Glad you're joining us live around the archive right here on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Dan Schaefer, Brian Thompson. Haverford is coached by Luke Doherty, who's assisted by Joe Powell, Ryan Grabius, Kevin Clancy, Brian Holia, Alex Host, Clay Warwick.
Welcome back
Steve
to
Young,
Cornog Field. We're still working through the pregame introductions. Speaking of other games, we have one final from the Central League action earlier. Lower Merion 34, Harriton nothing earlier today. Another one, big Delaware County non-league game. Haverford School 28 and Monsignor Bonner 24. So we'll take a short, we'll go to the field mic here and ready to go with the national anthem. the Haverford Marching Band belting out the Star-Spangled Banner. Looking forward to a fun night. Again, dry night, warmer than usual. When I pulled into the lot today, the car thermometer said 91. I don't think we're quite there at the moment, but warmer than the last 4 Fridays. Mike Mayer's back from his overseas visits and running the board, and he'll chime in from time to time. Thanks again to Mike Clancy and Dean Michelson upstairs running the cameras, doing a great job as always. And the Panthers will kick it away to get things started. Haverford will move right to left in front of us, standing deep to return, number 4, Peter Menaris, and he's flanked by 7 Niles McCallion along on the far side. Is that 29?
29.
Yeah, okay. Henry Yez, your sophomore running back. So, Tim Steyer has it ready to go.
Matt Steyer.
There you go. All right, I got it out of the way. Good correction already. Matt Steyer, younger brother of Tim. So Tim's down in Florida. If he's listening, hey, hope all is well. For our former kicker, current kicker, Matt Steyer has it ready to go. He of the 4 touchbacks a week ago against Radnor has it teed over near that far hash.
Matt Steyer.
All right, Panthers.
For the Panthers.
Trying to go to 5-0, and we're underway. High and infrared kick. It'll come down. Chance to return here from the 4-yard line. This is Menaris looking for room up the far hash. Runs into Derek Bradley, who stands him up and slings him down shy of the 20-yard line. All right, we'll get to the Haverford starters on offense. Includes quarterback Adam Kilpatrick, a good runner. Speaking of good runners, the fullback behind him, 23, Liam Taylor. He'll be flanked by Chris Klein and Peter Menaris as the wings. 2 tight ends, 14, Bobby Manier, and Henry Yez. The center is Emmett Gillespie. He's joined by fellow 2-year starter Brendan Walker and Joe McGinley at guard, and the tackles Rocco Kelleher and Liam McCluskey. We'll get to the Panther defense after the opening snap. From the far hash, it'll be the wing T with 2 tight ends. That will sound repetitive in not too long, as both teams will be set up that way most of the evening, we expect. Taylor is your fullback. They give it to him. First play, a dive over center, pushes out near the 20, forward progress to the 21. Gain of maybe 3, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7. For the Panthers defensively now up front, you've got 4 seniors for the first time this year. Ryan Mudrick, Jackson Miller, Paul Oblick, and Nick Faribault are your down 4. Cole Haley, Patrick Burke, and Yosef Ali are your linebackers. LaFrance, Starr on the corners, Kell and Hudson for your intact secondary. 2nd down give, 2nd effort, out near the 24-yard line goes Taylor.
Again on the run, brought down by
and brings up 3rd down and about 4. Cole Haley on the stop.
Brian, one thing, every game this year so far, the Panthers have given up yards on the opening drive. Let's see if they can tighten that up this time.
Need a big play here as Haverford from their own 24, looking at 3rd and call it 3. Taylor is your fullback. On 3rd and 3, Panthers shift. They go off the left guard rather. 2nd effort from Taylor, I think will give him enough. Forward progress out to the 28.
Taylor again the ball carrier for the
picks up 4 and a Haverford first down.
And that is a Haverford first down.
It will not shock anybody if at the end of the night the stat sheet reads 35 carries or more for number 23. Haverford extremely patient. We say we have 4 downs to get 10 yards. 2 yards, 3 yards at a time will be just fine. All right, here we go. Panthers with 9 in the box. Give inside is to Taylor. He'll lean his way near the 30 and get not much more. Good push up front from the Panthers' front 4. Jackson Miller getting penetration. Quinn Kell crashing in. Cole Haley in the mix. And they'll pick up maybe 3. Be 2nd down and about 7.
Gain of 3 on the play for Taylor.
Would not, this is where, the MO is Taylor, and then suddenly they pop it to the wing. You get a counter, or you get Kilpatrick on the edge where you have some speed for sure for Haverford. 2 tight ends again. Motion man Menaris this time. They toss, and there they go off the edge. Menaris head of steam. He'll be dropped just shy of the 35. Panthers swarm to it pretty quickly there. So Menaris just to the 34, brings up third down and about 4. So a short gain there.
Yeah, the pattern you could see there was Taylor bouncing up in the middle, and then when they ran wide there, but the Panthers did well. They only gave them a few yards, and so far the defense is playing excellent.
9:10 and counting to play here in quarter number 1, opening drive of the game for the Fords. They've picked up 1 first down, looking for another right here on 3rd and 4. They need the 38-yard line to keep it moving. Kilpatrick turns, option, looking for the edge, and has it. Late pitch comes out, juggled, scramble for it, and the Panthers are on it. Ryan Mudrick pounces as the pitchman, Shane Klein, could not squeeze it, and there's a turnover, and the Panthers looking to take advantage early with a short field.
Yeah, a game like this with 2 excellent teams, turnovers are very, very important.
Panther offense on the field for the first time, and we'll be looking at, as a first-time starter, junior Jake Plunkett in at quarterback tonight instead of Luke Mulhern. Your running backs, Casey Hudson and Joseph Ali. Ryan Mudrick is your fullback. We'll get to the front 5 in just a moment. Here's Mudrick on first down. He'll push his way to about the 35-yard line, gain of just 2. The rest of the Panther offense up front, you've got Chase Schuster as your center, Nick Faribault and Pat Burke are your guards tonight, Jackson Miller and Paul Oblick the tackles, Cole Haley in for John Riley at tight end. He's opposite Tyler Slaughter. We'll get to the Ford's defense in just a moment. 2nd and 8 here for the Panthers. Tight end to this near side, Tyler Slaughter. Wing to the near side, Yosef Ali. On the sweep to the far side, looking for room is Ali. Cuts inside off the block of Burke and down inside the 30. Nice run for Yosef Ali, second leading rusher for the Panthers. It'll set up 3rd down and 3.
Nice run by Ali there. I like when he turns the corner with that speed. That's going to be a big play tonight, I think.
Ford's defense up front, you've got Rocco Kelleher, Emmett Gillespie, Evan Eppright, and Joe McGinley. Luke Cassiola had that last tackle. He and Liam Taylor, Chris Klein, and Niles McCallion are your backers. The defensive backs, Adam Kilpatrick, Bobby Manier, and Peter Menares. 3rd and about 3 for Strathaven. Ali off the left side one more time, pushes the pile forward. He's near first down yardage. We'll see. I think he's a yard shy, maybe 2. Emmett Gillespie on the stop. It'll be 4th and almost 2. Yeah, 4th and almost 2. Decision time for Coach Clancy, but a little long for a field goal try, and certainly not punting from here. So,
yeah, you got to go for this. You're on the 30-yard line. You have to go for this.
All right, from the 29, 4th and short coming here for the Panthers. They're 1 for 4 on the season, trying to convert on 4th down. Ali wing to the near side. Hard count. They nearly jump, and I think they did. Let's see. Plunkett with a hard count gets the encroachment call. Good work there from the first-time starter, Jake Plunkett. Veteran move there. Nice work. And a good discipline from the front 7 there. Holding their ground, and a free 5 and a first down for the Panthers at the 6:53 mark of this opening quarter. All right, same formation. Mudrick and Casey Hudson in the backfield. Hudson in motion. They give to Mudrick off the right side. He'll push the pile for a couple. Forward progress shy of the 20. Give him a gain of maybe 3.
Handed off to number 35, tackled by
nice work there by
Taylor.
Liam Taylor on the stop for the Fords. Clock continues to tick. We're almost at the halfway point of this first quarter. Inside of 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. Scoreless. Haverford picked up a couple of first downs on their opening drive, then fumbled it away at the 38. Panthers now trying to cash in. Hudson and Mudrick in the backfield. They give to Mudrick straight ahead and great. Loses yardage back to the 31.
Tackled by Joe McGinley.
McGinley as well. But good work there by the front for Haverford, getting off the blocks.
3rd and 7, no gain on that last play.
All right, so Mudrick 3 carries for just 5 yards in the early going. Can the Panthers find some room on the edges? Just outside the red zone here. 3rd and 7 from the 21. Tyler Slaughter goes tight end to the far side. They flex the tight end to the near side. Motion to this near side as well. Give us to Mudrick, and he goes nowhere. Right into the arms of Niles McCallion. And now 4th and 7. You'd be looking at a 38-yard field goal. Or
4th down for the Panthers.
do they go for it? Coach Clancy, yep, here comes the kick team. All right, Riley will hold it. Tim Steyer on. And the Panthers will look to get things going here and get on the board with 4:48 and counting to go here in quarter number 1.
Matt's been waiting all year for this shot. Now let's see what he does.
Straight on.
Attempt the field goal for the Panthers.
A 38-yard try upcoming here. Riley to hold. Jackson Miller will snap it. Snap, spot, kick, plenty of leg, and it is good. Matt Steyer pounds it through from 38, and the Panthers on the board.
Brian, that would have been good from 50.
Indeed, 4:26 to go here in quarter number 1. Panthers 3, Fords nothing. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Haverford High School. Strath Haven 3, Haverford nothing, as a fumble recovery from Ryan Mudrick turns into a 38-yard field goal for Matt Steyer, his first of the year, and now he approaches high end-over-end kick. It'll come down Manaris just shy of the goal. They're going to say touchback. His heels were on the goal line, and Steyer with some adrenaline after a 38-yard field goal and a touchback gives Haverford a long field in front of them for their second possession that'll start here at the 20, Pete.
Unbelievable by Matt Steyer. That field goal was 30, whatever, 38, whatever they said. It would have been good over 50. It went way past the goal post. What a weapon to have, and it might come into play this season, especially in a game like this.
Panthers had trouble moving the football. The only first down they picked up on that drive was via a penalty. So now Haverford trying to get something going on their side of the field. Split end for the first time. Still with a wing T here for Kilpatrick. They give it to Taylor. Tries to slide out to his left. Not much doing. Hudson and Kell in the mix there on the tackle, along with Ryan Mudrick. Maybe a yard or two for Liam Taylor. Brings up second down and about 8.
Yeah, they're ready for Taylor up the middle there, but you got to watch out for the ends here now.
Quick score update. Avongrove and Downingtown West. Avongrove gets a pick 6, and Downingtown West returns the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown, 7-all.
Here, Kilpatrick on second down and 8. Manaris in motion. They give to Liam Taylor, runs smack into Cole Haley and goes next to nowhere. Maybe another yard or two. Taylor tough after contact.
Tackled again by
But,
number 56.
You know, this is a young man, after watching him run the last couple of years, just has a terrific lean to him. When he falls forward over and over again. He was actually the quarterback the last time these two played. In 2023, Taylor was just a sophomore and was the quarterback. Last year they said, all right, we're going to try to hand it to you, give you a little more running room, and 3,000 yards later and share the Central League title for the first time in almost 30 years. It worked out okay. 3rd and 7. From their own 23, and now you're going to get a timeout for Coach Doherty and the Fords. They'll talk things over with 3:01 to go here in the first quarter. Big third down coming for the Fords. We'll be back to watch it in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Cornog Field. Panthers 3, Haverford nothing. After a 38-yard field goal from Matt Steyer. And now the Fords with 3rd and 7. You know, you like to say you're going to use all 4 downs when you have a rushing attack like this. They do not love to throw it. But see what they can do here. They split both of the ends wide this time. Kilpatrick, option to the far side. Late pitch again. Ball on the ground one more time. Scramble for it. It is picked up by Kilpatrick. He does well to land on it, but it'll lose about 5. Mudrick in the mix again. Quinn Kelda there to bust it up as well. 4th and 12 upcoming. And 2 option pitches have...
2 times, yeah. 2 forward pitch outs, 2 fumbles.
All right, so... Panthers send Casey Hudson and Quinn Kell to return out near the midfield stripe. Ready to kick it away is Bobby Manier at his 5-yard line. Good snap, Manier lets one go. Terrific kick, angling towards Kell at midfield. He makes the fair catch signal and grab. And again, good field position here for Strathaven for possession number 2. At the 2:17 mark of this first quarter.
Yeah, I really think that Haverford is holding that ball on that option way too long. He's almost waiting for traffic to come in, which, you know, if you're trying to run the option correctly, that can work. But now he's fumbled twice. That's going to be a nightmare. I mean, the Haven defense got to be licking their chops every time they see that option.
Mike, look for the Panthers to start running some wide outs. Up the middle there, it's just too tough. They got speed to the outsides. Let's see what happens.
Speaking of, they use split end to this near side. This is Jalen Starr. He's open on the post, and they run a wheel behind it. This is Ali. Oh, a tremendous play to knock it away. Ali had half a step, and Peter Menares closed quickly and swatted it away. Wow, Panthers take a shot right there, and oh, so close to connecting. Great job by Menares to knock it away. 2nd and 10.
Excellent pass, too.
Right on the money, and just good pass, good route by Ali, and tremendous defensive play there by Menares. Jalen Starr was open on that post as well. He's still in there as a split end. 2nd down and 10. They turn and give to Mudrick. He'll get maybe a yard. Not much doing there. Swarmed quickly there by a host of red and gold uniforms. Maybe a yard there. Liam Taylor on the stop. And Mudrick with some tough sledding here in the early going.
Pete, I think you're right. I think, you know, they're keep sending sensors out to the center of the field, figure they can break it, and they might be able to.
Yeah,
but if they can get outside, they'll loosen up the inside.
There's so much room around the ends. They got to go wide sooner or later here.
On 3rd and 10, they give a sweep to that far side. This is Ali. He has the edge. He's got 1st down and more. Cuts inside and into Ford's territory to the 34-yard line. Yosef Ali rips off 16.
All
right, Pete, I nominate you for coach.
Just send me a
15 and a 1st down.
Well, they're crowding the middle there, Mike, with all those linemen and linebackers. So the ends are open, and you have speed backs. So let's go to the ends, and that's what they did.
2 tight ends set again. Slaughter to the near side, Haley to the far side. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 34. They sweep to the near side this time. This is Casey Hudson on the cutback. He is just as he was getting loose there for a second. Nice job there by number 52, Brendan Walker, reaching back and getting a hold of his jersey after a gain of 3. Hudson with 120 yards a week ago in the win over Radnor. Picks up 3 on his first carry of the night.
I like the way Hudson runs a lot. I like to see him get the ball. He does a nice job, and he's very powerful.
He's alongside Mudrick in the backfield here on 3rd and 7, now 2nd and 7, and they shift him to a wing. Mudrick on 2nd down, nothing doing, and good work there by Mudrick to somehow get back to the line of scrimmage, but right into the arms of Rocco Kelleher.
On the
somehow managed to gain a yard. 24, 23, 22 seconds and counting to play here at the end of the first quarter. 3rd and about 5 for the Panthers, and I think Coach Clancy's willing to take a breather and talk it over during the end of quarter break. So, Panthers heading to that sideline. They'll think it over on 3rd and 5. They have a 3-0 lead and looking for more when we come back for quarter number 2 on havenfootball.net.
Senior Home Care is owned by a Strath Haven family, the Glowackies. We provide in-home care assistance with all activities of daily living, personal care, transportation, mobility assistance, light housekeeping, and meal preparation. We also offer personal care, including hygiene, companion care, and medication reminders. Alzheimer's and dementia care, along with short-term respite care, are also available. Schedule your free consultation at 610-719-3223 or go to our website at secondfamily.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Go wide, young man, go wide.
Welcome back to quarter number 2 at Cornog Field here in Havertown. Haverford trailing Strath Haven 3-0. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play, joined by Pete Fulgenetti, Mike Mayer, Andrew Kaufman, and of course upstairs doing the camera work is Dean Michelson and Mike Clancy. Glad we're bringing you the action here in a fast-moving first quarter. 1 pass attempted for the Panthers, none yet for Haverford.
4 more. You said 5.
Yeah,
you need 4 more.
We said 5 total for the game. It's we're on the right pace, I would say.
Yeah.
Here, Panthers trying to pick up the pace on 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line here. They are approaching the edge of Matt Steyer's field goal range, believe it or not, but they're looking for more here. Derek Bradley into the game now as a wing to the far side. Mudrick is your fullback on 3rd down and 5.
Sometimes Derek Bradley runs wide on these plays. He's got great speed.
2 tight ends, Haley to the near side, Slaughter to the far side. 3rd and 5, motion man is Hudson, and back to pass is Plunkett. Looking, fires to the outside. It is juggled and caught by Bradley on the juggle. Good delivery from Plunkett and tremendous concentration for Bradley to haul it in at the 10.
Nice catch. That ball was knocked out of his hands up in the air, but he came down with it. He kept concentration, just like Brian said. Excellent reception.
Gain of 21 as they'll put it down at the 9. First and goal to go on Derek Bradley's first catch of the season. Good work by Plunkett. His first varsity completion has the Panthers in business now. Looking for 7 here. 10 in the box. Give is to Hudson for looking for room on the right side. Just nothing doing. Not much of a push up front, and the backside pursuit able to swallow him up as that's number 54, Luke Cacciola, on the stop. Move it back to the 10-yard line, I think, or is that the 50? Did they lose 5? Or no? All right, this is the sight lines. All right, so it was not 1st and goal. They're back to the 15 here. It's 2nd down and
11.
Yeah, all right. Sight lines here are tricky. So 2nd and 11. From the 15, they go counter crisscross here, and they were waiting for that. Nice job there by Haverford to stay home. Ali gets, probably loses another yard right there, and now you're looking at 3rd and long for the Panthers. Chris Klein doing a good job with the tackle. So back they go to about the 17-yard line.
Haven's definitely having trouble moving these guys off the line and creating the holes. So they're going to have to do something with their blocking scheme or with their running game.
All right, here we go. Ali and Mudrick in the backfield. Wing to the near side, split end to the near side as well. And they sweep to the far side. Casey Hudson on the cutback. He'll get back near the original line of scrimmage and then some.
Casey Hudson
pushes down near the 10
brought down by 7
on the sweep, but looks like possible field goal range again.
Panthers, 4th down.
4th and about 6 here, and here comes Steyer to try one more time. All right, so good job by the Haverford defense, stiffening when they need to.
Steyer comes out to the field to attempt the field goal.
We'll try a 30-yarder this time. Riley will hold on the far hash. Jackson Miller to snap it. Clock ticks, 9:37 and counting to go here in the first half. Steyer was good from 38 a few moments ago. Here from 30. Spot, kick away, plenty of leg, and good. Matt Steyer, 2 for 2. Panthers 2 for 2, putting points on the board on their offensive possessions. They'd like 7, but they'll take a pair of threes from the super sophomore. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Cornog Field. 9:23 to go here in quarter number 2 as Strath Haven taking advantage of 2 short fields thanks to some good work from their defense. And Matt Steyer 2 for 2 on the field goals tonight. It's 6-0 Panthers. Steyer from the other end of the field now, high and over-end kick. This will come down at about the 1-yard line. Menares looking for room up this near sideline, runs into Cole Haley at about the 25, 26 maybe when they unpile. And the Fords with slightly improved field position in each of their 3 tries now. And see what they can do with it.
You know what? Excuse me, Brian. This year, I think the Panthers' special teams have been excellent. A couple of years ago, or maybe last year, that was one of their weaknesses. But this year, they're excellent covering those punts and kicks.
Well, keep it going there if you're a Panther fan. And the defense has been solid so far as well. Oblek and Miller joined up front by Mudrick and Nick Faribault. 2 tight ends, double wing, inside give is to Taylor. He'll push his way for a couple. Liam Taylor, well, they unpile, and he might actually have 3 or so. Out to about the 27 or 28 when they put it down. Cole Haley on the stop. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
2-yard gain on the play.
Taylor, 6 carries for 19 yards in the early going. Panther defense has been solid thus far. On 2nd and 7, Taylor one more time off the left guard. He'll push his way again. We mentioned that good lean. He gets it some more right there. Out to the 30.
The ball for Haverford.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Paul Oblek hanging on for the Panthers. Oblek and Miller forced into double duty tonight on both sides of the football.
The center of that line for the Panthers is playing excellent ball. They're really holding Taylor to small gains so far.
Splits to either side, double wing and a fullback. Taylor behind him. Motion man is Klein. They give inside. Taylor going. Wow, he could have been stoned right at the line of scrimmage. Instead, bounces forward and picks up 3. Still going to bring up 4th and about 2. And the punt team coming on. Now, Panthers have to be careful here. This is will be 4th and about 3 as Taylor goes for just 2. I like the idea, you try to spread the defense out, but good discipline there, and the Panthers winning some one-on-one battles up front.
Panthers to receive.
Kell awaits the punt by himself. Panthers keeping another man up just in case of a fake. Here's a high wobbler. Kell in a back pedal, makes the catch at the 30-yard line. Fair catch signal and wise decision there from the senior safety. And the Panthers take over at their own 30-yard line. This is the first time they've had the ball on their own side of the 50.
Once again, we'd like to welcome
so a longer way to go for sure. 7:30 to go here before halftime. And Panthers will receive the second half kickoff. Wouldn't they love to put together a long drive here and add some more points and make this a 2-score game?
Yeah, I think they'd love it, and I think they got to start running wide more than up the middle. I think that's where they're going to gain yardage.
They split Van Wendell to the near side and Cole Haley to the far side. Try to spread it out a little bit with a wing tee behind Plunkett. Give is to Casey Hudson, and he'll get a couple. Not much doing there. Again, good tough run defense so far. Menares at free safety comes flying up to make the tackle. And Joe McGinley in there as well.
The 1-yard gain on the
just
play.
a yard for Hudson. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
This is the kind of game we were looking for, Brian. Both teams excellent. Both teams' defense is great, and both teams running the ball toughly. But this is exactly what was called for.
6:58 and counting to play before halftime. Van Wendell split to the bottom of your screen. Wing to this near side is Hudson. Give is to Ali. He'll get a couple and then gets a push there from Mudrick for maybe another yard. Forward progress will give him the 33, but not much more than that. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Just tough work here. And again, that's Menares, the free safety, flying up from that free safety spot. It wouldn't shock me if at some point the Panthers take a shot behind him.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's 3rd and 7 in your own end is the time to do it, but we'll see.
I'd still like to see those runs come a little wider, because when Ali made that big gain, it was when he went way wide.
He's in the backfield with Mudrick. Wing to the near side, Casey Hudson. Haley split to the far side on 3rd and 7. A sweep to that far side for Hudson, trying to find a lane and nothing doing. Just as he cut upfield.
Casey Hudson.
Good job by Taylor to get off his block. And no gain on the play.
By Liam Taylor.
Liam Taylor on the stop. 4th and 7. And now this be yet another newbie in a new position for the first time this year. This will be the center, Chase Schuster, punting for, well, or is he? 5:35, 5:34. Yep, here we go. Chase Schuster awaits the long snap from Jackson Miller, with John Riley limited tonight. Schuster will attempt his first punt of his football career. Menares stands deep near his own 40. Punt angling his way. Menares will have a chance to return it on that far side. No, he won't. Grayson LaFrance all over him, and Menares gets maybe a yard on the return. Great job by LaFrance in coverage. And Haverford will start back at their own 37. Nice work from Schuster on the punt and LaFrance on the stop.
Yeah, he got a little hang time on that punt. Gave LaFrance a chance to get down there and make the stop.
Clock stops with 5:11 to go here before halftime. Haverford with 2 timeouts in their pocket. They huddle on this near sideline and trying to get something going here against a Panther defense that's held them to less than 30 yards of offense through the first 18 minutes or so. They break the huddle from the sideline. Split end to this near side is Bobby Manier. He's singled up with Jalen Starr. Shane Klein is the wing back to the near side, and now some confusion here as they move Casciola as a tight end to the far side. All right, here we go. Option to the far side. Panthers sniff it out. Great job by Nick Faribault, and they'll lose a few. Late pitch out there to Shane Klein. Haverford did well to hang on to it with Faribault bearing down, and they'll lose. Let's see where they put
Miller
this.
makes the tackle for Strath Haven.
Loss of about 4. Jackson Miller in the neighborhood as well.
2nd and 13.
2nd and 13, and now Panthers have to be careful here if the Fords want to take a shot down the field. Kilpatrick under center. Bunch formation. Tight end in the wing to the near side, and they motion to this near side as well. Now toss play. Looking for room is Menares, and he is belted. Cole Haley unloads at the 35-yard line. Maybe a yard if they're generous, and Menares paid for it. Cole Haley has unloaded on quite a few ball carriers this year, and Menares.
Remember on the first game we said this isn't the biggest defense, but they're probably one of the fastest we've ever had, and that's what's happening here. The speed is getting outside before the running back can turn the corner.
3rd and 13. No gain on the play. Kilpatrick sends Klein in motion, and he'll pass for the first time. Looking, stepping up, firing deep down the middle. Has a man out there, but well covered. Jalen Starr and Casey Hudson had a step in front of the receiver, and the deep post falls to the turf. 4th and 13 upcoming. The Panther defense again with a good stand. Tremendous work here by the silver and black defensively, even shorthanded, and they're doing the job thus far, but still 6-0, nothing to be, can't get real comfortable just yet. Panthers would love another score here.
Quinn Kell back for the Panthers.
Hudson and Kell await the punt. Menier lets it go, angling towards Kell again and over his head, and a terrific roll for Haverford inside the 10, inside the 5, and Haverford will down it at the 2-yard line. That should not be a touchback in high school. I don't think that's a touchback. I think it's where the ball's touched, unless they've changed the rule on me. Fords did not control it, but the rule at least used to be.
In both high school and college, it's just a touch on the ball, or it was, but they're going to put it at the 20.
All right. It looked like, in high school, it used to be where in high school you did not have to control it. It's just where the ball was touched, and he had a hand on it inside the 5. Either way, Panthers will start at the 20 with 3:34 to go.
Haverford's coaching staff is not really questioning it, so I guess
that could be a rule change. I might have missed that one in the offseason. We'll maybe dig that one up at halftime. All right, Panthers, see what they can do here from their own 20. Derek Bradley. There's a flashback. I'll get back to that in a minute. Bradley shifts to a wing. Ali in the backfield with Mudrick, and they sweep to that far side. This is Derek Bradley looking for room, and now with some speed, turns the corner, keeps his feet, and steps out of bounds. We'll check where he got just shy of the
short of the first down.
Just shy of the first down, but boy, he had a lane. And Derek Bradley. McGinley got just enough of Bradley before he kicked it into 5th gear. And good first down gain there for the Panthers. Brings up 2nd down and maybe 2 or 3.
2nd and 3, ball at the 27.
Okay, so Bradley with a big 21-yard catch set up the 2nd field goal. That's his first carry of the night. It goes for 7. Clock stopped at 3:25 to go here in quarter number 2. Bradley in the backfield alongside Mudrick now. He goes in motion. It's Mudrick off the right side, cuts it back, dives near first down yardage. I think he lowered that pad level and might have picked it up.
The ball again for the Panthers.
They're marking well short, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Gaining just 1.
Maybe a yard for Mudrick. So 6 carries for 7 yards for Mudrick tonight. Hudson 6 for 12. Ali 4 for 20. Bradley 1 for 7. Not much running room for the Panthers thus far tonight.
Still under 100 total yards for both teams combined.
Incredible. 3rd and about 2. Ali in motion. They give it inside Mudrick. He is belted. Big hit from Brendan Walker, and it'll be a yard shy.
The ball for Strath Haven.
So, 4th and a yard. Do the Panthers dare go for it and try to run this clock out?
For the Panthers.
Clock ticks. 2:29, 2:28 and counting.
Do you try and draw them off again?
Yeah, I think that's what they might try, but I don't think they'll go for it. They'll try to draw them off.
We'll see. I don't think they're going to have much time to try that. Here we go. Mudrick picked up a yard. It'll be 4th and 1. Panthers keep the offense on the field. Coach Clancy, will they maybe call timeout? We'll see. Wing T here. Mudrick is your fullback. Bradley on the carry, tries to bounce outside, and he's shy of the first down. Menier steps up and makes the stop, and now Haverford may be in field goal range with 1:59 to go. And the Panthers, not confident to get the yard inside, tried to go wide and end up losing a couple. All right, time for the defense to step up one more time. The Panther defense has been terrific through the first half here, but Haverford a golden opportunity to get on the board here. All right. Well, look, you got to show some confidence in your offense once in a while, but this one will be second guessed if the red and gold come out with some points here.
I'm biting my tongue.
But here we go.
I'm not going to bite my tongue. That should have been a punt.
Menier to the far side. Henry Yez split to the bottom of your screen. And Haverford looking for some juice here. Taylor in the backfield, double wing for Kilpatrick on 1st and 10. From the 28, it's Taylor for next to nothing. Maybe a yard, probably no gain actually, as Patrick Burke steps up and slams him down. Great work by Burke. Taylor, 9 carries for just 24 yards in the early going, unofficially.
They are really, really containing Taylor.
Clock ticks, 1:35, 1:34 and counting. 2nd down and 10 here, as we're about 90 seconds from the halftime gun. Kilpatrick. Give inside to Taylor one more time. This time he gets a few more, a little more daylight,
William
down
Taylor
to about the
carries
25.
The ball again for Haverford.
Gain of maybe 3 more. 3rd down and 7
Tackle made by
upcoming.
Paul Oblak.
Paul Oblak on the stop. Clock ticks. 110, 109. Menier is split to the far side. He doubles as your field goal kicker. But, of course, they'd love more here. You'd be looking at about a 42-yard try from here. Not sure his range is there, so Fords maybe take a shot here. Keeper for Kilpatrick, his second man through on a quarterback dive. Nice work there by Kilpatrick to get him close. I think it'll be 4th and about 2, and 43 seconds to go here before halftime, and the clock stops for the Fords timeout for Coach Doherty to talk things over. We'll take a 30-second timeout with him. Big 4th down upcoming here. Haverford trying to get on the board before halftime on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Cornog Field. Strath Haven 6, Haverford nothing. Field goal range possible, but the Fords will forego it. 4th and about 2. Fords, 2 tight ends, wing T behind Kilpatrick. Give inside to Taylor. He is close to first down yardage. Panthers don't think so, but I don't know. Let's see.
Move the
All right,
chains.
they'll move the chains. That should stop the clock to reset the chains. Now 1 timeout remaining. Taylor needed 2. Give him maybe 3. Didn't get much, but enough to give them fresh life here. 30 seconds to go. Motion man is Klein. Rolling out is Kilpatrick on 1st and 10. Eyes downfield. He may keep it. Good runner here in the open field. Kilpatrick dives, and he is in for the Haverford touchdown and a chance to take the lead for the Fords. Strath Haven has basically dominated the entire first half, but now the Fords cashing in on a short field. A terrific run for Adam Kilpatrick. 19.9 remaining on the clock. And now a chance to take the lead for the Fords here as Kilpatrick, again, a dangerous runner in the open field. He'll be the holder on this extra point try from number 14, Bobby Menier. All right, Panther defense. See if they can maybe get a block here. Keep this thing tied. Ball spotted, kick is away. It is long enough, and it is good. Short field cashing in there for the Fords. Be back in just a moment. See if the Panthers can turn it around for the next 19 seconds. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. ASK strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. ASK helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. ASK scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Cornog Field. Haverford looking for their first win over Strath Haven since 2019. Has a 1-point lead with just 19 seconds to go here before halftime. Squib kick is going to take a hop away from Jalen Starr, but picks it up on a hop at the 14. Starr looking for running room, now reverses his field and squeaks his way out near the 19-yard line. And with 12.6 to go before halftime, my guess is Coach Clancy takes a knee and says, well, we'll have to draw something up a little bit different here in the halftime locker room. Defensively, the Panthers have been phenomenal. Held Haverford to about 30 30 yards of offense until that last scoring play through the entire half. But a short field after not converting on 4th and 1 has come back to bite the Panthers here. All right, so Jake Plunkett in his first start at quarterback takes the snap on first down, takes the knee, and the Panthers will take it to halftime. Haverford 7, Strath Haven 6. Be back in a few moments to maybe see some of the work from the bands. Be here to talk things over from a score standpoint. And glad you're joining us. We'll have Pete and Mike and Andrew and friends when we come back. Ford 7, Panthers 6. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Havertown and AG Cornog Stadium, where at halftime the Panthers trail the Fords 7-6. And here comes the Strath Haven Marching Band. Let's sit back and enjoy the sounds of the Strath Haven Panther Marching Band.
And Macklemore. The student leadership team is led by student director Sonia Blum, Tess Kelly, Katie Snyder, and Maisie Strachan. The drum majors are Casper Stockman, Eli Sorkis, and Josie Weiland. Stomping Marshall and Brassy. This electropop hit debuted as the highest charting song by a female K-pop group. This is the sound of Blackpink with Kill This Love. Amy Winehouse teamed up with producer Mark Ronson with this Motown-inspired groove. We asked, why don't you come on over, Valerie? This tune hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. We put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. This is the sound of Ray Dalton and Macklemore. The Pride of Haven, the Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Assistant Band Director Mrs. Haley Lombard, Pit Director Mr. Richard Michael, and Drumline Instructor Mr. Guston Rudolph. Miss Valerie Schliga directs the band front and dance line with Silks Coach Instructor Coach Aria Boris, and dance team instructors Miss Gigi Ionello, Miss Rosie Ionello. The band is assisted by Miss Samantha McFarland and student teacher Miss Cami Bachman. For the Panther Band, I'm Nick Pinataro. Have a great evening, and to the
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match. From first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Welcome back to AG Cornog Field. We're at the half. The Panthers trail the Fords 7-6 after what was a very defensive first half. Strath Haven capitalized on a couple of mistakes by the Fords. One fumble for the Panthers that they recovered at the 30. They turned that into a 38-yard field goal from Matt Steyer. Then another turnover on downs at midfield led to another field goal from Matt Steyer, this time from 27 yards out. And the Fords capitalized on a Panther failed fourth down conversion right about the 30-yard line, and they took that in late in the half for a score from 17 yards out from the quarterback, Adam Kilpatrick, for the 7-6 lead here at the half. Pete, what are your thoughts on that first half from both sides?
Well, I tell you, the Panthers held them in check the whole half except for that last play. They let the quarterbacks run wide, and he scored. What are you going to say? But every other play they were holding all the runs up the middle, give 1-2 yards at the most. It's been excellent. Both teams have played excellent defense. The punt that we didn't see might be questioned, but, they were going for it on fourth down, the Panthers on their own, 30, 34-yard line, and came up a little bit short. But, that's the way you play this game. This is a real tight, close game. Two excellent defenses, two offenses that can score, and it's just a matter of, it's a matter of who's going to score last. And we talked earlier in the season that maybe Matt Steyer would come into play when we get later in the season with a real good opponent. This is a real good opponent, and Matt's got 2 field goals already, but I'd like to see 7 instead of 3.
Absolutely. You'd rather see 7 instead of 3, but we'll take a quick look at the stats here from both sides. Haverford trailing in total yardage to the Panthers 49 to the Panthers 58. Panthers with 16 pass yards. Haverford has put the ball in the air just the one time tonight that fell incomplete. They have 49 yards on the ground. Both teams with 3 first down, the 1 turnover for the Fords, and the Panthers have a slight edge in time of possession at 13:28 to just 10:32 for the Fords. Teams are averaging, for the Panthers, just 2 yards on the ground per carry. For the Fords, it's 2.6. And it's just been a very, very scrappy game on both sides. Neither team able to really move the ball and capitalize on any really big plays. There's only been 2 plays of over 10 yards, one for the Panthers and one for the Fords of 15 and 17 yards respectively. Mike?
For the last 4 games, we talked about the team that had the stamina, the ability for Haven to wear them down. This is really going to be interesting to watch because this is where Haven would normally come along and say, okay, we're going to keep pounding the ball, we're going to keep moving on these guys, and eventually it's going to break open. Of course, Haverford is basically looking for the same thing. They don't need the big play. They just want to see those 4- and 5-yard gains all the way down the field. So we're going to find out tonight, and of course it has cooled down, so it's not nearly as warm. But we're going to find out tonight which team really has the stamina. Because this is going to be, I can't believe it's going to be anything but more of the same for the whole second half.
I want to say something. I think a couple of plays we saw, I know the Panthers do not like to throw the ball. That is not what they do. But that one pass to Dirk Bradley was complete. Another play down here to Ali was almost complete. He had his man beat, but great reach back. I think if we can roll out our quarterback, there's areas where we could get short passes and then gain from that. Running up the middle into the center of the Haverford line is not the way to beat this team. You got to go wide with your runs or short passes and open up their defense.
Well, unfortunately, not running up the middle was not something, Clancy doesn't have to run up the middle all day long, but he definitely wants to keep pushing it and testing it, and he firmly believes he's gonna break one open. I don't know that I agree with that thought process.
This is the toughest line he's faced all season.
Yep.
And he's trying to do what he did all year round against the other teams, but this is not one of those other teams.
Well, the wing team offense requires you to win the battle, the line of battle at the line of scrimmage. That's what it requires. And right now, I would say it's a complete draw for both teams.
Yeah, both teams are mirroring each other.
On both sides of the ball for both teams.
Absolutely.
Neither team is running it. It's just a great...
So the question is, I think in Clancy's mind, the theory is, if we're going to run at him, 39 times, I'll bet we're going to break it 2 or 3 times, and we'll win.
I still think you got to go wide in the second half.
Well, I think what passing a little bit more does, it does open you up to interceptions and turnovers, obviously. But what it does is it tends to force the linebackers to loosen up. It forces, as Brian was pointing out during the game, they're getting corners to cheat in and make plays. They can't do that if they've got to worry about defending the pass. So it makes sense to us here in the booth, but we'll see what, unless the brain trust of the Strath Haven coaches think they see something or saw something in the first half they can exploit. I would agree with you, Pete. I think they've got to spend more time around the ends. And then if Haverford starts to cheat to the outside,
then you can
waiting for those runs, then you may free up.
You got to open them up. You'll open that defense up if you start running wide, and then you can go up the middle. But if you keep pounding the middle and they keep coming in, you're just getting 1 yard, and that's not going to do it.
No, it's not going to do it. As a matter of fact, this is why Haverford was down 6-0 before the very end of the half, because we were able to gain a few more yards that way, and we have a kicker extra point kicker. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, another interesting stat I'm looking at here from the first half, Panthers just 2 of 7 on third downs. The Fords just 1 of 6.
Yep. Good defense.
Yeah.
Good defense.
Both teams are playing excellent, and the score shows it, 7-6. You got 2 great teams here pounding it out, and we'll see who wins.
Assuming the kids hang together for both teams, this will be a coaching decision. This will be who gets out coached, because the kids, again, one of the teams could have a breakdown, one of the teams could just be gassed, and we'll see a lot of hands and hips, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in the second half, is which team starts to get fatigued first. But, so far, Haverford has been super aggressive to the ball, which is what they need to be, and I just don't, and that's their mode of operation. I don't see, I'm looking at this Haverford team and thinking, how in the world did they lose to Pencrest?
Yeah,
Not that I'm taking anything away from Pencrest, but.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I think that game there was a lot of turnovers, and that's.
Yeah, and of course you see Haverford is a little prone to possible turnovers because of those
pitch
options outside. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a little bit of work to do with the ball security for Haverford. We saw that on the first 2 drives they had. The one they did turn over, the other one nearly turned the ball over.
Right.
We'll take a look quickly at some individual stats for the Panthers. Ryan Mudrick, just 8 carries for just 9 yards. Yosef Ali, 5 carries for 21 yards. Casey Hudson, 5 carries for just 7 yards. And Derek Bradley, 2 carries for 6 yards. And he also has the 1 reception for 16 yards. For the Fords, Liam Taylor leads the way, 12 carries for just 30 yards. Adam Kilpatrick has 4 carries for 19 yards with the 17-yard touchdown run. Peter Menares, 2 carries for just 3 yards, and Chris Klein, 1 carry for -3 yards, and 1 incompletion for Kilpatrick throwing the ball. We'll take a short timeout, be back with some scores from around the league, and be back ready for the second half here on havenfootball.net.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Cornock Field. Thank you to the Haverford and Strath Haven marching bands. Fantastic job at halftime. And to Pete, Mike, and Andrew for the halftime chatter and first half strategy and observation. See what the second half brings here, but here's what we're bringing from around District 1 in our area. We'll rattle off some quick scores. As we mentioned, a couple of finals from earlier in the day. Haverford School over defending state champs Monsignor Bonner Prendy 28-24, and in the Central League, Lower Merion shuts out Harriton 34-0. Now, the rest of these are halftime scores. O'Hara 7, Smyrna 6. Downingtown West leading Avongrove 17-7. Downingtown East over Great Valley 14-3. Westchester Ruston up 10-3 on undefeated Kennett at half. Garnet Valley trying to get it to a winning streak here for the first time this year. They lead Marple Newtown 10-0 at half. The other score in the Chestmont that's going to open some eyes, you have a battle of undefeateds. Coatesville undefeated at 4-0, taking on Westchester East. Now, strength of schedule, you'd say Coatesville's had a tougher and schedule and maybe more impressive in that way. Coatesville has turned the ball over twice and trails 21-7 to Westchester East at halftime, so that could be a surprise if it holds. Perkiomen Valley all over Owen J. Roberts. That's a battle of, they're trying to give Owen J. their first loss. It's 21-0 at halftime. Plymouth Whitemarsh crushing Penwood 31-0 at half. Penwood had a win a week ago, but struggling tonight. Bishop Shanahan and Unionville leading 21-21. Or I'm sorry, they're tied at halftime, 21-all. And Andrew's pointing at something. I don't know if he has an update since.
Marple and Garnet Valley are now at the half. That's a 13-0 lead after a 44-yard field goal at the end of the half for the Jaguars.
Owens Wire with a pair of field goals. That's a soccer player that Garnet has pulled out on Friday nights and some good underclassmen kicking the football this year in the Central League, as a pair of field goals is what's on the board for Strath Haven tonight. 38 and 30 yards for Matt Steyer, and Panthers will receive this opening kickoff here momentarily and try to get things going. Andrew went over the halftime stats. Both teams well under 100 yards of total offense. The defenses have put on quite a show here through the first 24 minutes, and we'll see what the second half can bring us. Andrew's waving to me again.
Just a quick update. Coatesville now within 7, 21-14, a minute 45 to go until half, a 56-yard touchdown run for Coatesville.
They have some explosive players on offense, and Matt Ortega has said his secondary is maybe as good as he's had since that team that went to the state finals that we broadcasted, whoa, gosh, more than 10 years ago now, Mike, that we were going out to Hershey every year. In fact, the state finals aren't in Hershey anymore. So anyway, that's a Coatesville team that's looking to make a lot of noise in the deep playoff run in 6A. And for 5A Westchester East, who's been the Strath Haven scrimmage opponent for the last several years, this would be a really significant win if they can hang on there the rest of the night. Panthers looking to do more than hang on here, as they now trail by a point after being really in, we said you can't get comfortable with a 6-0 lead. Just one play can undo you, and sure enough it did late in that second quarter. A beautiful scramble for a touchdown by Adam Kilpatrick is the difference, and 7-6 is where we stand. Quinkel awaits the kickoff with Casey Hudson and Jalen Starr back at the 10-yard line. And Bobby Manier has it teed on the near hash. And second half is underway. Scramble for it and pouncing on it at the 23-yard line is Ryan Mudrick. And nice work there on the squib kick to keep it away from the Haven dangerous return men. All right. So Jake Plunkett and the offense will start at their own 22-yard line and see if they can't get something going here left to right as we start things in quarter number 3.
Their own 22-yard line.
Temperatures still fairly warm out there. Comfortable, but we'll watch to see if there's any hydration issues for the guys, as both teams with a bunch of two-way starters here playing hard through the first 24 minutes. They shift to the backfield. This is Ali looking for him off the left side, and he'll push his way for maybe a yard. Maybe a yard or two and not much else. Good pursuit there by the Ford's defense.
Brendan Walker makes the
Walker,
stop
Klein, Taylor all in the neighborhood on the stop. Second down and call it 8. Yosef Ali, the leading rusher, with just 20 yards in that first half. Now brings up second down and 8 for the Panthers.
We talked about at halftime, Brian. I think the Panthers sometime in this half have to put the ball in the air.
Wing to the near side is Ali. Give inside is to Mudrick, and maybe a yard more. Maybe a yard more, as the middle of this defense has been stiff here.
Well, our philosophy during halftime was we got to go around the ends and we got to throw up more. So far, no.
Not yet.
Third and long.
Here comes Jalen Starr bringing in a play, checking out his tight end Cole Haley. And Plunkett brings in the play on third down and about 8. Mudrick stopped for no gain. Panthers need about the 32 for a first down. Split to the far side is Jalen Starr. Back to pass, looking. They fire to the outside. It's Starr on a quick hitch and makes a man miss. First down yardage. Jalen Starr can do that. Missed tackle near the first down marker, and Starr makes him pay out near the 40-yard line. Nice work right there on the delivery from Plunkett. Starr with a big play to move the chains and give the Panthers a little breathing room.
And I think the way Pete's talked about it, that's going to be open more often than not.
It was open in the first half. I saw it.
They'll have to give Starr a little respect there speed-wise, too. And a gain of 16. That hitch could be there and maybe be a weapon here. From the 40, give inside. This is Casey Hudson, and he is belted. Hudson, just as he started to cut upfield, met quickly there by Liam Taylor, and no gain on the play. Second down upcoming.
Their linebackers are super quick to the ball. Super quick.
I think we can see by 2 plays how they can get through the line and how they can't, and that's not how they do it, that last play.
Here's Tyler Slaughter to the near side, tight end. Jalen Starr back out there to the far side. On second down, straight drop back. Again, they fire that hitch. Caught by Starr, gives ground, makes a man miss, and he's going to be near first down yardage again. Kilpatrick with the tackle, and it'll bring up 3rd and a yard. Gain of 9. As good work there by Starr to come back and make the play. So Plunkett and Starr, 2 quick connections here to start the second half.
He came back a little excessively, I thought, on that play, but it was a nice idea.
He might have got his first down if he didn't come back as far, but we'll never know that.
3rd and a yard. Give inside is Mudrick. He's got first down yardage. Not much more than that, but give him the 48-yard line and a Panther first down. Gain of just 3, but Panthers will take it.
Number 7, Nils McCallion.
Nils McCallion on the stop for the Fords. Clock ticks inside of 9 minutes now to go here in quarter number 3. Panther drive started at their own 22. Now into Ford's territory, trailing 7-6. Jalen Starr to the near side. Give inside is to Mudrick, and he'll go next to nowhere. Maybe a yard if they're generous, but we'll call it a no gain once again. And then Luke Cacciola, the junior inside linebacker, on the stop. He's been in Mudrick's lap all night.
When do you realize that's not going to work?
I don't know.
You're still going to have to keep guys honest.
Yeah, but you can't run up the middle like that.
But we're going to have to keep going there once in a while. So it sets up second down and 9. Some confidence here now as Jalen Starr comes back for another hitch. Catch for a gain of maybe just 2 or 3, though. Forward progress only to about the 44, and it'll bring up the 3rd down and maybe 7. So another quick hitch to Starr. Call it a gain of 2, and 3rd and 8 is where we stand. So Plunkett, after missing on his first pass, only thanks to a great defensive play, has connected him on his last 4. Here on 3rd down to give is to Ali, dances his way to near first down yardage, but then stood up just as he approached the 40, and it'll bring up 4th and 2. Yosef Ali, but Cacciola there to meet him just as he was looking for some room there. Taylor in there as well. 4th and 2, and now decision time for Coach Clancy here.
He's going to go for it.
He'll go, but it's just what's the play call here? Tried to run wide on 4th and 1 earlier, didn't work. 4th and 2 here. Ali, wing to the near side. Mudrick is your fullback. Split to the far side is Jalen Starr. Play fake, and now rolling is Plunkett, looking for running room. He's going to turn upfield, and he'll be sacked. Back in the backfield, big defensive play. I like the idea to get him outside, but that's just tremendous defense out there. Beautiful job by Brendan Walker to hold the edge, and the Panthers' promising drive will stop at the 43-yard line, a yard shy of a first down. Well, hey, they gave it a different look there, and sometimes the defense just makes a better play. Great job by Walker to hold the edge. Panther defense now needs to come up big. They were fantastic through the first 23 and a half minutes and then gave up just one crazy scramble of a play. And that right now is the difference in the ball game, 7-6. 6:57 to go. Panthers defense on the field. And Kilpatrick under center, going to keep it himself. Quarterback dive off the right side, maybe a yard or 2. They'll keep it to about the 45. Second down and 8 upcoming.
On the tackle is Jackson Miller.
Jackson Miller in the mix for the tackle. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Well, guys, Cat got your tongue here? Are you nervous? What's the matter?
I don't know what to say here, Brian.
I have total confidence in the defense here, and but Haverford trying to gain some momentum here offensively. Klein in motion. They give to Taylor. Lots of running room. His biggest run of the night. Casey Hudson bangs him down, but gain of about 9 and a first down. Taylor's longest run of the night was 4 yards before that one, but nice work right there by the left side of the line to find him some room.
Yeah, that was the first one he really broke. He went a little to the left and got himself a first down. Hard running.
All right, new life here for Haverford. They're on the Strath Haven side of the 50 for just the second time tonight. And now, here they are with a wing tee, 2 tight ends once again. Give inside is to Taylor. He'll lean to the Strath Haven 45.
Taylor carries the ball, brought down by
Gain of maybe 2 more. Paul Oblek on the stop. 2nd and 8 upcoming. This is Haverford's kind of game at this point. They'd love to take 2 or 3 yards at a time and bleed the clock here.
You can see that happening. They're just taking little bits at a time, bleeding the clock, and keeping the ball away from the Panthers.
Kilpatrick under center. Double wing. Once again, he'll keep it again. Quarterback off the left side. Kilpatrick spins his way into the secondary. First down, yardage and more. And Adam Kilpatrick, we mentioned that's the guy. You know, as much as Taylor does a lot of the dirty work and he'll take 35, 40 carries, the difference maker in many, many games for Haverford last year was Adam Kilpatrick with those legs, more so than the arm. And now, 1st and 10 for Haverford at the Haven 32, 33?
32-yard line.
Okay. All right. Adam Kilpatrick under center again. Fresh set of downs for the Fords. Manaris in motion. They toss to that far side, looking for room off the edge. Panthers string him out beautifully, and down he goes. Belted down, a loss on the play.
On the run for Haverford.
Stand up, young man. Who made that tackle? That was Mudrick, who came off the edge at defensive end spot and tracks him down. They'll lose a yard or 2.
That was excellent. I mean, he was ready to turn the corner. Mudrick just came up with his power and his speed and took him down. Excellent play by Mudrick.
All right.
Well, defense just go ahead and stretch that line all the way to the sideline.
Kilpatrick sends Klein in motion. Give is to Taylor off the left side, and Haley. Ball came out. Scramble for it. Panthers think they have it. Haley stripped it, and the Panthers are on it.
The ball carrier for the Fords.
2nd turnover of the night.
Brought down by Paul Oblek.
Oh, did they? Did they not? Oh, Panthers swore they had it. Officials disagree. Oh, okay. The Fords dodge a bullet there. That ball was on the ground, and I did not see who won the fight for it. But it's red and gold football here. And 3rd and about 9. Taylor goes for, call it 2 or 3 maybe. 3rd and 9. Split end to either side. Kilpatrick give inside to Taylor. He'll get 2nd effort, 3rd effort, banging his way near first down yardage. And what a job by Taylor. The Panthers had him stopped for a gain of 1. And it suddenly turns into 9 and a first down. That is a disheartening play there for the defense.
Now you're seeing some fatigue on Strath Haven's defensive part. Hands on hips. It's getting tough to stay in there and keep that defense up.
They were inches away from a fumble recovery on the previous play, and then 3rd and 8 turns into, well, what could have been 4th and 8, and now 1st and 10. From the red zone, this is Kilpatrick into the secondary again. Boy, they're having some fun now with that quarterback dive, just 2nd man through. Lead block there from Taylor, and Kilpatrick now down near the 10-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 1.
And Kilpatrick is just very patient. He waits back there. He's looking for the hole, and he gets it.
Good pace here for the Fords as well. They go no huddle. Flexed tight end here is Manier to the near side. Give us to Taylor, and he'll go next to nowhere. Quinn Kell in the mix for the stop.
William Taylor, the ball carrier again.
And still might be near first down yardage. Just a yard shy, I guess. They'll put it down at the 10, 3rd and 1. So no gain there for Taylor that time. And a couple of 9-yard runs on this drive here for Taylor. Has been big. He's your fullback. Same formation, double tight, double wing. And Kilpatrick under center on 3rd and a yard. Taylor one more time, spins off to the left side. I think he's got enough for a first down. Didn't get much, but didn't need much, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 9 after Taylor gets just a yard.
Tackled by Cole
More importantly,
Haley.
he'll get 4 downs to do it, and the clock continuing to shrink.
Haverford first down.
1:38 is what the clock reads now. They'll restart that game clock as they reset it. Taylor's going to come off the field for a play here. And checking in at fullback number 7, Nils McCallion. So I'm not sure if Taylor's shaken up or just needs a chance to catch his breath after his 17th carry of the evening. Panther defense trying to hold tight here. Kilpatrick going to keep it himself, and now you're going to get flags, I believe. Or was that a towel?
No, that was a flag from the near side official.
I don't know if that might have. Is it a flag or a. I don't know. Yeah, it was. Okay.
False start.
Yeah, false start. All right. This will back it up to the 14-yard line. Illegal procedure here for Haverford. One of the very few penalties tonight.
Just the second penalty of the night. Both on Haverford. An offside to give the Panthers a first down, and this false start sets them back to the 13 for first and goal.
All right, Liam Taylor back in. McCallion stays in as well. Manaris checks out. So McCallion shifts to a wing here on first and goal to go from the 13. Under center, Kilpatrick. He'll take it. Quarterback keeper again off the right side. Ducks back to his left, back near the 10 for a gain of 3. Second and goal
Keeps the ball
upcoming.
for Haverford, brought down by Quinn Cowell. The 3-yard gain on the play for Kilpatrick.
8 carries for 51 yards for Kilpatrick unofficially. And a little substitution here on the offensive line. Liam McCloskey checks in for Oliver Chine. Second and goal to go here. 32 seconds to go here in the third. McCallion in motion, back to pass. This is Kilpatrick under heavy pressure, eyes downfield, and the Panthers have a hold of him. Can they get him? Yes! Down he goes. The ball came out. Was the ball stripped? Let's see. Panthers think they
down
came
by
up with it.
contact.
They're going to say he came down first, but how about Nick Faribault with the sack? Cole Haley comes up with the football, but Nick Faribault drops him all the way back outside the 25-yard line. So, third and goal, clock ticks 4 seconds, and that will do it for quarter number 3. Big third and goal upcoming here for Haverford. We'll see what they can do with it as we start the fourth quarter on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Cornock Field. Haverford trying to hold serve on their home turf for the second week in a row. They lead 7-6 as we start quarter number 4. Third and goal upcoming from the Haven 22-yard line. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play, bringing you a lot more fun here with Pete Fulgenetti, Mike Mayer, and Andrew Kaufman downstairs with me. And upstairs, thanks again to Dean Michelson and Mike Clancy doing the great camera work as always. All right, quarter number 4. Panther defense needs a big stop in a big way here to try to keep this a one-score game and maybe even keep it within range of their field goal kicker to do a little more damage. Panther offense with 2 first-half field goals for their 6 points. Only had 1 possession in that third quarter. Marched it from their 22-yard line across midfield, but got stopped on 4th and short. And now, third and goal from the 22. It's Kilpatrick. Give to Liam Taylor off the left side, and the Panthers swarm him. Down he goes. Great work over there by Faribault and Haley to make the stop. Taylor slung down after a gain of maybe a yard. And looks like the field goal unit will give it a try. Okay. All right, this will be Bobby Manier lining up for a field goal. Kilpatrick will hold as we're looking at about a 38-yard attempt.
Be a good place for a fake.
Well, see what they can come up with. This spot is where Steyer hit in the first quarter from this very spot, 38 yards from the far hash. Snap is a good one. Ball spotted. Kick is away. Menier has the leg, and it is good. Bobby Menier stretches the Haverford lead to 4 with a 38-yarder. 11:08 to go here in regulation. The Panthers trailing by 4 when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Family Senior Home Care is owned by a Strath Haven family, the Glowackies. We provide in-home care assistance with all activities of daily living, personal care, transportation, mobility assistance, light housekeeping, and meal preparation. We also offer personal care, including hygiene, companion care, and medication reminders. Alzheimer's and dementia care, along with short-term respite care, are also available. Schedule your free consultation at 610-719-3223 or go to our website at secondfamily.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Havertown. Strath Haven trailing now 10-6 in a defensive war here tonight. As we mentioned a moment ago, each team with basically one possession in the third quarter. And here we are early in the fourth. Strath Haven now needs more than just one field goal, trailing by 4. Menier has squibbed the first couple of kickoffs. He'll do it again. Low line drive. It'll take a hop and into the arms of Quinkel, looking for running room up this near hash. And down he goes as he crosses the 25-yard line. So again, a long field in front of the Panthers, who got a little bit of passing game going with 3 completions in the third quarter to Jalen Starr, but for 27 yards. But in the meantime, the rushing game that came in averaging 365 yards on the ground per game has been held under 100.
Rushing-wise, the Panthers are just at 50 yards through 3 quarters. Both teams still under 100 total yards of offense through 3 quarters of play here tonight.
Split to the far side, Cole Haley. In first down give is to Casey Hudson, and he'll get next to nowhere. Just not enough push here from this offensive line tonight. Hudson finds room for maybe a yard. Kelleher on the stop, number 51 for the red and gold. So Hudson, who had 8 carries for 120 yards a week ago, tonight those same 8 carries have gone for just 13. Second down and maybe 9. Jake Plunkett, the junior, in his first start in place of Luke Mulhern tonight. And if you're joining us late, Zach Milligan out of the lineup tonight. Barlow out of the lineup tonight. Riley out of the lineup tonight. Bradley's been limited, but no excuses here. And now here we go with Hudson with room off the right side momentarily. And boy, they closed quickly.
Boy, they really did.
As he started to get going, Mike.
No, he just turns it on and suddenly there's a body there.
Gain of just 2 more for Hudson off the right side. And third and about 7 now from their own 29.
I'm curious as to why they aren't trying to run wide right or left with the pulling guards. I don't know whether they feel they just can't get the speed out there. I don't know.
They've run it a couple times tonight and just not much, with not much success.
Linebackers for Haverford are very fast.
Derek Bradley wing to the far side on third down, back to pass. Plunkett looking. He wants Bradley down the middle. He's got them on the post, juggled and incomplete. Pass just a hair out of reach. Menier in coverage, but Bradley could not quite haul it in, and oh, so close to a big play there for the Panthers. And brings up 4th and long, and the Panther punt team comes on.
That brings up 4th down.
So 9:28 to go, still within reach here, but the Panthers need a big kick, and they need another big defensive stop. Chase Schuster, the center, forced into action as a punter tonight. He is lined up there in punt formation. Standing deep to return, Peter Manaris and Nils McCallion. The kick is away. Schuster, low line drive. It'll take a hop in Haven's favor. And now Panthers trying to shove the return man into it. Good idea there for Patrick Burke, but ball rolls dead at about the 39-yard line. And Haverford will look to shrink this clock a little further here. 9:16 to go in regulation, leading by 4. Panthers have been oh so close to a couple big plays tonight. Bradley, we were talking about running wide. He had a 7-yard run on his first carry where he was barely shoved out of bounds. There was nobody in front of him. That could have been a big play. The tremendous defensive play by Menares to swat a ball away from Ali in the first quarter on the wheel route could have been a 50-yard touchdown there. There have been opportunities that.
When you got a 10-6 game, there's generally opportunities in the play for both teams.
That last pass too, Mike. It was downfield there, just out of his reach.
Yep.
They're all close, but no cigar.
Split end on the near side. Klein in motion on first down. It's Taylor off the left guard. Pushes out across the 40 to maybe the 41 for a gain of 2 or 3. We'll see when they unpile. Nice work there by Jackson Miller. So Miller and Oblek have been terrific at defensive tackle tonight in place of Milligan and Barlow. Ryan Mudrick in there as well. He's trying to stay stretched out here as a defensive end. But legs aren't quite as fresh, perhaps, when you're going both ways. Certainly different than the first 4 weeks here for the Panthers. 2nd down and 8. Give inside to Taylor one more time. He'll lean his way to the 43, 44 maybe.
With the carry.
So check the spot here, and it'll turn on to 3rd down and about 6. So Taylor with a couple on each of the first 2 carries on this series.
The Fords are very happy to get 2-3 yards at a pop. All they want to do is keep controlling the ball, get enough, get a first down, and then they got 4 more downs.
Well, the problem with the 2 or 3 is that you're only going to get to you're going to have 2 yards left on the 4th down, which from this is a punt. But so they need a little bit of a surge here to keep this ball.
Split end to the near side. Panthers shift to the left. They run that way. Panthers were ready for it, but Liam Taylor still is going to get them to maybe 4th and short.
Not to the 46.
Only to the 45 they'll put it down, so only a yard. Now you're looking at 4th and 4, or 3, call it. 4th and about 3. Panther defense trying to get off the field here.
Now, boy, I'm surprised that they don't punt this away, and they're not.
I am too, Mike. You got to punt the ball if you're Haverford.
I would think you're only up by 4. What are you going to take the risk for?
Maybe a hard count here. Watch for a hard count from Kilpatrick. 4th and 3 upcoming. They think about it, and I think you're right, guys. They may just run some more clock here, call a timeout, and punt it away and see if you can't pin the Panthers deep.
Absolutely. That's the move. That's the move that Clancy should have done in the first half.
Yeah, Panthers are
he called timeout?
Yep, timeout for the Fords. Clock stops with 7:12 to go here in quarter number 4. 4th and 3 upcoming. We'll take a short timeout and see what the Fords want to do when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Haverford High. 4th and 3 for Haverford, and discretion perhaps the better part of valor here as they will line up to punt it away as Bobby Manier awaits the punt snap back near his 32-yard line. He steps into another wobbler angling towards Quinn Kell, and another terrific roll for Haverford. Manier, coffin corner down to the 15-yard line. Tremendous net yardage there. Give him 43 on the punt. No return as it angles towards this near sideline, and now the Panthers 85 yards from taking the lead. That's more yardage than they've gained all night. So, time for a little late game magic here with
that's a perspective.
Yeah,
not quite. They've got 96 total yards of offense to my math so far tonight.
More in the rushing game, but again, hey, Jake Plunkett, 48 yards passing here. It's been a good night for throwing the football for the junior in his first start. He's 4 out of 6. 3 of those completions going to Jalen Starr, who just checks in as a split end. He'll set up to the far side of the formation. Panthers from their own 15 now on first down. Back to pass Plunkett, looking heavy, hit from behind, does well. Nope, did not hold on to it. He was blasted from the backside, and on the recovery is big 65. That is Gillespie. Emmett Gillespie with the recovery. McCloskey on the sack. Plunkett had no chance, and now Haven in big trouble. Needs to somehow hold them to a field goal to keep it a one-score game. First and goal to go on a big play by McCloskey. Well, you know you want to take the shot there and downfield, and you've got some speedsters in the game, and just did not hold up with the pass protection that time.
I like the idea. I mean, I like the idea a lot, but
got to execute.
Good work by McCloskey with the hit. Gillespie with the recovery, and Kilpatrick now trying to get the Fords on the board. They keep it with Kilpatrick on the left side. Panthers ready for it that time. He may lose a yard back to the 10, and indeed he will. Good job right there by Burke, crashing in. And Kilpatrick goes backwards on first down.
I like the way the Haven line swarms to the ball. There's just not one guy making the stop. There's 3-4 guys there, and they're still doing it even though I know they're exhausted.
Clock ticks, 6:25 to go here in regulation. Panther defense would love to hold them to 3 and keep this a one-score game. Motion man, and this give behind it is Taylor. He leans back to his left and ducks his way down to the 6. Yosef Ali on the stop, gain of 4 for Taylor on his 22nd carry of the night. Clock continues to shrink on the Panthers. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. Well within field goal range here. But the Panthers need to keep Haverford out of the end zone, or I'm thinking, honestly, you need probably a no-gain type play. I think if Haverford gets us down inside the 5, they may try to throw the dagger.
Well, that or they'll certainly go for another 3 points, which will put it at a one-score reach.
Still one score if they get 3, but here 3rd and 6, give inside to Taylor, and he is belted down. Nice work there by the Panthers. On his legs quickly was number 7, Cole Haley, and he only gets the 5, so only a yard. And the field goal unit comes on. It'll be Bobby Manier on for his 2nd field goal try of this half.
I really got to take a refresher course in math.
He hit it from 38, and this will be a
22.
Significantly shorter try here. Kilpatrick takes a knee at the 12. Panthers looking for a big play in the special teams, perhaps. Clock continues to shrink. 4:48 and counting to go. Ball spotted. Kick is away, and it is pulled to the left. Panthers dodge a bullet as Manier's field goal is hooked to the left. Still just a 4-point game, and the Panthers with new life at their 20-yard line.
Wow.
Indeed, so he wanted to take a shot.
Although the Panthers are really right back where they started from. I could have made you the argument for Haverford. Go ahead and run the play on 4th down, and if worse comes to worse, you don't get into the end zone. They're pinned back against the 5. Now they're going to start from the 20. Not a huge difference, but some difference.
15 yards.
Well, I understand, but it's still you're pinning a team pretty far back and not giving them the 15 yards. They got to earn it.
They need 80 at this point. 4:42 and 3 timeouts here for the Silver and Black. Jalen Starr split to the near side. Wing to the far side is Ali. They go to Casey Hudson looking for running room, and he's going to shake his way out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 for Hudson. His first.
Gain of 3, maybe.
Where are they putting it?
Putting it down to the 25. One of the biggest gains for the Panthers tonight.
Gain of 5.
Hudson 10 carries for just 20 yards tonight. It's been tough sledding for all the backs. Split into the near side, Jalen Starr. Motion man, Yosef Ali. They run the fullback, Mudrick, off the left edge, and he'll push his way near first down yardage. And I think has it. They'll put it down on the 30. 5 more for Mudrick, and a Panther first down. A little more breathing room now for the Panthers. Clock will restart and take us inside of 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter now.
Brian, the Panthers have to keep an eye on that clock. These little gains might not be good enough for 4 minutes.
Who's got time?
Official
The
timeout.
officials are getting
The yard markers
the yard
screwed
markers
up.
tangled on the far sideline, so we'll get the chain squared away over there. 3:50 to go here in regulation. Strath Haven still with 3 timeouts. And we'll work to matriculate it down the field here, but you know, as you mentioned, Pete, 5 yards at a time, the clock becomes a factor. If you can throw some 10s and 15s in there, that'll help.
I think during this drive they have to put the ball in the air. I really do.
At some point, you would think.
Well, that or they have to hope for a breakout run. Obviously, give them some 20, 25 yards.
Right.
Problem from my days in the chains, it looks like the chain broke or the disconnected from the down marker, which is a problem because nobody's got a toolkit with them.
All right. Well, why don't we take a short time out with them? It'll give the players a chance to rehydrate. We'll do the same. Be back in 30 seconds. Thanks again to our terrific sponsors for putting us on the air every week on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as...
You're on. All right. Chains are fixed, and we're back on the air. Clock is ticking on the Panthers here. They trail 10-6, 3:40 to go, and counting here in quarter number 4. 1st and 10 for Strath Haven here from their own 30-yard line. Motion man Casey Hudson looking for room off the right side. Tough sledding once again. Maybe a yard or 2. And again, just tremendous defense tonight. Good work by Klein, number 21 on the stop. Hudson for just a couple.
A couple now doesn't help.
Might be setting them up for something else here at some point. Plunkett hustles in the play as the clock now approaching the 3-minute mark. Panthers still with 3 timeouts, but a long way to go. Field goal won't do it. They need 68 yards at this point. 2nd down and 8. Plunkett turns, quick hitter to Mudrick, who has running room, cuts it back, 1st down yardage. That'll stop the clock momentarily on guard trap. 9 from Mudrick, his best run of the night.
Best run of the night, just like you said.
There's that hit up the middle that they're looking for. They've been setting that up all night.
Quick trap play for Mudrick, goes for 9. Clock ticks, 2:35 and counting.
60 yards to go.
Panthers at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Jake Plunkett under center. Motion man is Ali. They give it to him, looking for him off the left side. He'll drag tacklers for a gain of 5 more.
Yosef Ali runs the ball for Strath Haven.
Picks up a couple more.
Oh, great.
You're going to have to hurry here.
They got to go faster, Brian. These 5 yards aren't going to do it.
Bradley checks in.
4-yard gain for Strath Haven.
Hudson checks out. Inside of 2 minutes now.
Oh, boy.
And Bradley will hustle back off the field. Or now you've got all sorts of confusion. They're going to have to call timeout here. You've got all sorts of problems here. Clock continuing to melt. Panthers still with 3 timeouts, and they finally do call it after another 15 seconds burn. Not good there. 3 running backs didn't know where they were going, and Panthers now need to reset from their 45-yard line. We'll take a short timeout. Be back in 30 seconds on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Havertown. 2nd and 5 from the Panther 45. And Panthers had to use their first time out of the half. Had some confusion amongst the runners on who's coming and going, but they're set up now on 2nd down, and I'll call it 6 actually. Ali picked up 4 on his last carry. He checks out of the game at the moment. And now they shift Grayson LaFrance, wing to the left. Panthers banged up. They go LaFrance in the backfield. Back to pass Plunkett. He's going to fire to the outside and reaching back for it. Casey Hudson has a first down to the 45-yard line, and he is a little worse for the wear maybe. Nope, seems like he's going to try to tough this one out. Bradley in. Casey Hudson limps backwards. But a gain of 11 on the first catch of the night for Hudson.
Brian, that's just, with the time of the clock, this is what they got to do.
1:34 and counting. Panthers still with 2 timeouts. Plunkett under center. Still 9 in the box. They give to Mudrick, and he is banged down. He gets a yard, and that's it. And the Panthers will probably need another timeout here. 22 seconds, 21. Panthers with 80 seconds and counting. Liam Taylor with the hit as Mudrick went for just a yard. Clock continuing to shrink.
Oh, boy.
And no timeout.
Still 2 timeouts in their pocket. 109, 108. What can they drum up right here?
You got to put it in the air. Up the middle runs aren't going to do it.
Panthers break the huddle inside of a minute now from the 42. Need a big play in a big way. It's Plunkett, sends Ali in motion, back to pass. Looking, has time, deep post down the middle. Slaughter is out there and incomplete. Incomplete ball, a little bit underthrown. Manaris right on his hip. And turns into third down and 9 with 45 seconds to go. So still not a bad spot here. If you can pick up the first down and then on this play, you're still going to get the clock stopped to move the chains. You still have 2 timeouts.
My issue is that, do we need to get it all in one play? And that was a tough pass to make.
All right, Slaughter, tight end to the far side. Ali wing to the far side. And quick hitter is Mudrick, who will bang his way for 6. And now quick timeout perhaps here. Yes, timeout Strath Haven. They tried to catch him off guard there with another trap play. And it'll turn it into 4th down and 5. All right, so Panthers down to their last shot here, so we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here because I'm having a nervous breakdown. So
36 seconds to go. And what a well-played game here by both defenses. Panther offense starting to click here in the 4th, but it might be a little too late unless they can come up with some late game magic here. Trailing by 4, as the Manier field goal is the only points of this second half. 7-6 at halftime.
Yep.
And then Bobby Manier's 38-yard field goal in the 4th quarter.
No, it quite frankly gets back to the decision to go for it at the 29 and lost possession of the ball. We were 6-0 there. This would be a 6-3 game.
Yeah.
In favor of the Panthers.
Or if you go for it and execute, you can say, gosh, we should be able to pick up a yard, and just didn't happen.
Yeah, but of course the calculation is the downside that,
Yeah, consequence. All right, here we go. Panthers break the huddle. 4th and 5. Jalen Starr to the far side. Plunkett's back. Timeout called by Haverford just before the snap, and they want to talk things over as well. So 33 seconds to go here before the final gun, and they may actually put a second back on the clock.
I would think they should put all that time back on the clock if the timeout came in before the before the clock started.
It should have been, wasn't it at 34?
It was at 37.
Okay. All right. So we should put the clock. The game clock should probably be reset, but we'll see. But the officials will drive that, whether they reset the game clock. If that timeout came before the play.
Well, it had to.
Yeah.
It had to, right?
Yeah, it had to before the snap.
But they'll sort that out. They keep the time on the field as well. So, here we go. Still, Panthers going to need some magic here on 4th and almost 5. All right, big play for the Haverford defense. Can they get a stop on 4th down? Panthers need almost 5 to convert. Split end to the near side. Casey Hudson to the far side. Jalen Starr. Back to pass. Plunkett looks, pump fakes. He wants it all. Has a man out there. It is caught by Jalen Starr, and he's out of bounds. Oh, inches out of bounds, and Haverford is going to dodge a bullet as Starr was open, made the grab, but could not keep his feet inbound. The throw took him just over that far sideline. Panthers were game tonight. Came in down 4 two-way starters and put up a heck of a fight. But give Haverford credit, this defense did the job. And 10-6 is where we stand with just 26 seconds left. Looks like the Fords can take a knee.
If you're the Panthers, you got to be disappointed holding the Fords to just 101 total yards unofficially of offense on the night.
A phenomenal job by the Panther defense. An equally great job by the Fords defense, and the kickers were terrific as well. And that, folks, will do it for a terrific high school football game. For the first time since 2019, the Fords come out on top in their battle with Strath Haven and give the Panthers their first loss on the season. Panthers will look to bounce back next week at home with Marple Newtown, and the Fords will try to stay on the winning track next week as well. All right, we'll take a short time out. Be back in just a moment for a quick recap and talk a little more about next Friday night on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to Haverford High. Strath Haven on the wrong end of the scoreboard for the first time this season. 10-6 is your final in a defensive struggle. Great job by Haverford. Congrats to Coach Doherty and the Fords on a terrific effort defensively, and just enough on the offensive side. 1 for 2 on the field goals, and then a terrific scramble by Kilpatrick on the quarterback's keeper late in that first half. That's your difference tonight, overcoming the Panthers, and 2 long field goals from Matt Steyer. But what a game by both defenses. Lots to feel good about. And look, if the Panthers can get healthy, this is a team that you can say could really still make a run at the league title here over the next 6 weeks.
Oh, I'd like to take another shot at Haverford where we're at full strength and see what happens.
Well,
unfortunately, that won't happen.
Yeah.
Nope, not till next season.
Yep.
Next season, they'll have them back on the Panthers' home turf, but 5A against 6A, and as we look out at midfield stripe, you're going to get a father-son hug here. The offensive coordinator, Brian Clancy, is going to give his dad a handshake out there. And Coach Kevin Clancy is not going to feel good about the way this one went down for his squad on the result standpoint. But the kids battled, and if he gets a couple of them back next week, and this could give them a little energy going into the final, or well, the second half of the season. You believe we're half done already, guys?
Yep.
Crazy. So, through the first 5 weeks, Panthers 4 for 5, and now 4 out of 5 for Haverford as well. Next Friday night, we'll be back at George L. King Field. Marple Newtown in for a visit. They were trailing Garnet Valley last we heard, and we'll keep an eye on that one as well. But the Tigers typically give the Panthers a run for their money. We'll see what that brings next Friday evening. So, for Dean Michelson and Mike Clancy, thank you for the camera work upstairs, for Andrew and Pete and Mike doing everything else here, all the hard work and the great work to bring you the broadcast every week. We will sign off here from Havertown. Your final score one more time: Haverford 10, Strath Haven 6. Panthers look to get back on the horse next Friday night at home at George L. King Field. Brian Carroll signing off, everybody. Good night and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.